Thank you, Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. We
Yep.
another new episode, baby.
Yep. And the new one, interesting topic for everybody to listen to. Um, Monty, recently I've been thinking about this alpha male stuff, right? So I don't know. Do you want to hear my opinion on it, or
Hmm.
yeah? So if you're gonna ask me, do I think alpha males exist? Yes, I think they do, but I think the definition has changed over time. And I think there's human beings, we live in these different categories now. Like we live in we have finance, we have, physicality, we have, all this other stuff, So I think like there's not one type of male that's a quote unquote alpha male if we're looking at it from that perspective. You know what I mean? Like there's like, a man who is seen as a top earner can be seen as an alpha male, you know. A man who is extremely a male who's extremely like physical, he's well built, tall, all this stuff can be seen as alpha male, you know. And there's also another side of it where there's a mental aspect to it, you know, men who are more assertive, dominate, all this sort of stuff. That's also an alpha male quality. Now, here's the thing about the alpha male thing, right? I think that there's a problem in chasing it, and I'll tell you why I think there's a problem in chasing it, or just problem with the problems that some people have when they quote unquote chase it. I don't think because a lot of people, a lot of men, when they get told this alpha male thing, they just constantly like chase it, and they're chasing this label, you know, and
Hmm.
I think there's a big when you start chasing something because you want this label on your, forehead, it can become an issue because you're not really, Amani, you know me, I'm very big on, actions are louder than words,
Yep.
and a lot of these men who are obsessed with having that label on their head, they tend to their words are talking louder than their actions, you know.
Hmm.
Um, for me, like I'm out there, doing my stuff, doing my thing, just trying to, achieve what I want to do, and all that. I don't really care to be called alpha male or a beta male or a sigma, whatever the hell it is, the 25 different types of males, you know, I don't care, I'm out here just getting my stuff done, trying to be a good person, all that. Like, I have my dreams, aspirations, things that I want to accomplish, and I'm set on doing that. And yeah, and I'm not going to be a pushover either. And it's just I'm just here doing me, Amani. That's it. I'm just here
Hmm.
doing me. And I think all males should just focus on that, just doing them, improving. You know, um, Trying to chase their dreams, all this stuff. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't be super hell bent on having that label right across your forehead. You
Yeah.
know, because like I said, once you chase the label, your mouth is talking, your body's not moving though. A lot of the times with people, at least that I've noticed, that is a good 80% of the case when people chase the label is they're talking but they're not moving. You know,
100%. 100%.
so yeah.
All
What's
right.
your view?
Well, okay. So me personally, I kind of watch a lot of this content, especially dudes like this, like Alpha Male Strategies. I mean, he's all right at what he does. No offense to him. It's just there's some things you could definitely disagree with, but I actually like I feel like a lot of people could that are into this stuff could attest that they got into it because they were trying to self improve. Me personally, it was through you know no porn, no fap, all that stuff, and then it just circled into that because a lot of this stuff started getting into my recommended. And of course, me being the smart man I am, I didn't digest all of it, as much as I watch it. There's some things that I take away from it. And from what I understand, the good content, not none of this, not all the, the Sigma, Bigma, Ligma, all this stuff. It's just like
Yeah, ligament something different, my friend.
good
Um,
job catching that.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's like the thing is basically what an alpha male is just a masculine man. That's all that it equates to. At least if it's the right person. It's none of this like big buff strong guy. No, it's just being it's just like masculine. Whatever a masculine man is, which that itself is also subjective, you know.
Right.
But this like being masculine. That's all that really ends up at the end of the day of whatever this is. Whatever the alpha or beta thing is. You know, and as much as it's ridiculous, as long as you find the right content, I feel like there is a space for this. This like we do kind of need this because look, there's not a lot of people that know how to act like a man, dress nice, all that stuff with all that, what cologne to wear. That's not really taught because, you know, like there's a lot of fathers that, if they're even in your life, they don't really teach you much. So you have to end up going into this content where it's for men by men, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like there's not a lot of spaces for it. Like there's not a lot of space for male content, as much as we, dominate like the entertainment and stuff like that. Like if you look at the entertainment, it's not really teaching you how to be a man. If anything, you know the male is really just some fat guy slob, getting bullied by his wife. So it's not a good representation of how you want to live anyway.
Well,
Hmm?
I kind of disagree with you on that on the media thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, again, there's definitely that too, but it's like you got to look at like action movies and people like Jason Statham, The Rock, Keanu Reeves. I mean, Keanu, he's more just like a lone wolf, I'd say, you know.
Hmm.
But regardless, it's like I think that there are definitely some good, I guess, mascots for masculinity.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get your point. I kind of
You know,
was thinking from a different angle. I was thinking like just regular TV shows and stuff like that. I wasn't thinking movies, but that's a good example
I mean,
actually.
what about the figureheads and the fathers in sitcoms? You know,
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it depends, but just overall, it's like there's nothing really being taught. At the end of the day, so all this stuff, it's just you have to pick the right content. So I can't. I mean, one good channel I'll shout out right now is this dude right here. He's very good at what he does and stuff. I mean, like especially right now the content that he's providing, he's definitely teaching you how to be a man and stuff like that, or at least giving you things that provide that stuff. And compared to, I guess this dude, like just like I don't think it just depends on the content, because once you get into the alpha thing, it's like they start. It's almost comparable to like teaching you how to get women and stuff. And a lot of it is misogynistic. I'm not gonna lie because the way how they speak is very, you know, kind of puts women down and stuff like that. So I try to
Like
avoid stuff.
chicks, babes, the hotties, all this.
Yeah, like they kind of generalize women a lot, and like it's like
Yeah,
it's just way it's a little too much. Like so, but it really depends on what you pick because you could definitely learn a lot from it, especially as a man, because there might be something you don't know or just like anything like that. So it's like it's not something to strive for. It's not something you put a label on your head. It's just actions and learning stuff if you've
yeah.
picked the right content, of course. You
Like
know?
to put it in simplest terms for all the men out there, like just do you. Focus on you. Focus on improving. Focus on your goals. Just empower yourself essentially.
Hmm.
But there's another side to it where it's like don't put other people down while you're doing it. You know,
Yeah.
and that's one thing I want to get into, which is the males who get obsessed with it and they kind of become, you know, how do I say it? Like, I'll put it straightforward. douchey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
there's definitely a lot of guys who are, you know, a little, they're chasing this title a little too much,
Mm-hmm.
and it's putting other people down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, you choose whether you want to get put down by it at the end of the day, um, to a certain degree. You could, I don't know, you can either look at that and be like, okay, I kind of want to be like that, but better and not put people down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, again, it's with anything, people. It's just don't always say, oh, I'm an alpha, get out of my, that sort of energy, that douchey energy about it. Like you don't have that about you because that's, it's not right at the end of the day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'll say it. Actions speak louder than words at the end of the day. So, you know, um, just focus on your actions rather than just sticking the crown on top of your head to show off to everybody. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it for me. I don't know. What do you think about that though, Monty?
I definitely agree with it because it's like, you know, these videos would be like, oh, you're doing everything you do that is quote unquote nice. It's wrong. You shouldn't do it. It's like you're just becoming aggressive. You're becoming,
Yeah.
you know, you have no empathy for others. You're
Yeah.
just you become egotistical. It's
Yeah.
very easy to get into this content and do that if you're looking at the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just it's really tough to do that. So it's but I mean on the other hand of the coin, it's like I feel like the overall message is that they try to provide is like don't get pushed around, don't be emotional, don't be fueled off emotions, be fueled off logic and all that stuff. If you're listening to the right guy, but the wrong person might you know overextend that and say that you got to be aggressive all the time. You got to push everyone around. You got to bully like your way to the top. It's like, no, you just have to be a firm person. That's all this is trying to teach you. But it really depends it really depends on the content
Right.
because that's what I learned. But like I'm learning from a different person. Like if you're listening to, I don't know, maybe like I don't want to put anyone on the spot like that. But
Just in general, if you're
in
listening to
general,
somebody
yeah.
who isn't packaging their message correctly, it
Yeah,
could be
basically.
detrimental towards
Yeah,
them.
it can be detrimental. So it's really hard to read the roots of it. But it does I've seen it a lot, like it does cause people to just like be over aggressive and think that they're alpha and self proclaim it, which is one of the rules. You're not even supposed to do that. You're not supposed
Yeah.
to do that. So it's it's like you're only alpha by actions, like you said, like
Yeah.
what you do speaks louder. You can't say, oh, I'm alpha, and then like you put yourself like 10 feet back already if you
Yeah.
just straight up say that to me. It's like, oh, you're alpha, ill. Like it's just.
I
But
mean,
if you just come up to me, give me a firm handshake,
hmm.
I got a little bit of respect for you.
I mean, yeah. I mean that there. I don't want to discourage anybody from standing up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between standing up for yourself and being hyper aggressive. Because if somebody's just constantly just disrespecting you or something like that, like you need to stand up. You know.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna assume what you mean by the aggressiveness is just just being, what's up, bro? What, you know what I mean? Like this constant like fight energy. You know?
yeah. Like you're
Like
one turn away from a fight.
yeah,
That's too much.
that's
You're not even a human in general. You shouldn't be fighting, man or woman. Like you shouldn't be fighting. You shouldn't be looking for a fight. That is not what they. That is 100% not what. I don't think anybody is teaching that, no matter what in this whatever sphere. So I don't think that's what they're teaching over here. So if you just get that energy, that's on you 100%. Like that's 100% on you.
yeah. I mean, Monty, why do you feel like a lot of males who have that hyper aggressiveness about them, they're just maybe a little insecure, like they take the message wrong maybe because they're a little like it's like they lack in a certain area, so they need to perpetuate the thing that they're trying to throw to other people.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of this comes from the fact that like, yo, like you're not doing the right thing as you're supposed to do as a man, and you just are not getting women, and you want to get women, so you end up looking at this, and you kind of fill the bucket like way too much of this. You overdose on this content, and then you go out there with the just a like a hyperized version of that this mindset that is being taught,
Yeah,
and you just end up doing too much, and you're like counteracting basically what you're trying to do. Like you basically become you went from an extreme left to an extreme right now.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
not there's no middle ground there now. Now you're just hyper aggressive. Either than back then you used to be timid. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like you cannot. This isn't the animal kingdom. You don't have to be the apex predator in terms of, wanting to be super aggressive. You know what I mean? Like it's nobody's gonna come up behind you and, stab you or something,
mm-hmm.
I mean, we live in New York, so that might happen. That might happen, but you know, hey man, just maybe if you live in New York, have that one thought about, keep your eyes open a little. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah, 100%. Like
on
just
that. But yeah,
don't get like basically all this teaches is don't take like disrespect from anyone really.
yeah,
You're a man. You're supposed to be firm. Don't let anyone push you out your box.
know your
Make
value as a human being, essentially.
exactly like you have a box, right? You got to stay in that box, and you got to have that badge on. Hold on. Wow, it's okay. I was trying to crack a joke, but it's too late now. Yeah, you gotta have the badges on correctly. You gotta get this badge specifically, the box Hall of Fame, so no one pushes you out of it. That's always teaching you, you know, and probably a little bit of woman advice, and like because not gonna lie, if you're a weak man, you will get stepped on by anybody, and a
Yeah,
lot of men allow women to do that. But so it's just it teaches you just not to take crap from anybody. That's really it. That's at the end of the day, that's it. You're firm. That's it.
yeah. I mean, look, people, there's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. Um, just be careful when you're doing so.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, um, yeah. And then one thing I wanted to ask you, and I kind of touched on it, in the beginning. It's like a lot of people don't believe that alpha males and beta males exist, but what is your take on it? Or do you want
No,
me to
it,
go
it, it
first?
yeah,
Or
it definitely. I'll go first. It definitely
okay,
exists because
right.
a lot of people say that because it's like it came from like the terms came from a study where like the wolves like they went to one wolf and that was called the alpha wolf, and
Mm,
I think that study wasn't even legit in
mm,
terms of like it just wasn't replicable. You couldn't repeat it and all that stuff. All the rules that you need in like a scientific method was broken, basically some of them. But at
mm,
the end of the day, there is a man buying OnlyFans, and there's a man going out there every day and working on himself. And that
yeah,
man that's working on himself is respected more than the man that's buying OnlyFans. It's a social hierarchy either way. These
yeah,
terms are just used for it, alpha and beta. That's it.
yeah. I mean, my thing, like I said in the beginning, I think that I think that they definitely exist. I think it's just, going from primordial times to now, I think the definition has somewhat changed, or the values that, an alpha male represents has kind of changed a little, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Back in our primordial days, who was the best hunter, killer, the biggest, the strongest, whatever the hell else it could be, basically who is the biggest animal, you know,
Mm-hmm.
who can F up the rest of the males.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think it's changed. I think we as humans, like I said in the beginning, we've become so categorized that I feel that, you know, in these categories there are alphas and betas, you know what I mean? Like I said, humans, going back to the categorization thing, finance, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, we all have a certain amount in our bank account, and you know, some will say that, you know, looking at it from a finance perspective, you know, an alpha would be somebody who makes the most money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a different category where it's physicality. You know, that also matters, right? Um, you know, an alpha, if you're looking at it through a physical lens, is yeah, the taller men, you know, the more muscular, you know, it just the more physical men, you know. In that category, those are the alpha males, you know. So it's it's so highly nuanced, and yeah, I mean, again, one male can have all of these. I'm not saying that, you know, we're just, you know, these are the only types of alphas that exist. That you can, you know, make a lot of money, be tall, and be muscular, and you know what I mean. Like you can have all that too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. Personality too matters as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I don't know. It's a highly nuanced thing. You know, there's many things to it, especially how humans have, how we've quote unquote evolved. You know, there's many sides to it. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah, it is. I don't know. You want to end it now, Monty, or
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of, I mean, it was, there's so much to even talk about anyway to the point, but I feel like we just gave like, the person that, oh, like looking from the outside in, like, oh, what is this? And, like, just looking around. Because a lot of people don't really understand this, and I get it because there's people like this guy right here
well,
moving
let's
around.
not slander him. Let's not slander him. We haven't watched the video yet, so let's, you know.
There's just people like generalization, just people, that are moving around kind of mad and they're getting put on a spotlight. For example, TikTok alpha male teaches me about women. I feel like they're getting picked and chose and they're showcasing the thing in the wrong light
Right.
because, and now we got to show people like a different view of it because I don't think it's only, just about women and all that stuff and how to get them and how to treat them. It's not only that. It's how you treat yourself, and your emotions and your logic. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. So all right, I'm gonna end it. I love this episode, by the way. I thought it was a pretty good episode.
yeah, I definitely agree. I like this topic.
Yeah. So yeah, people. That's it. This was the Raw Goats podcast. Um, people, remember being lined and staying lined. And yeah, I'm gonna cut off that sheep and goat thing because yeah, I know that gets annoying.
No one, you didn't even let people decide if that was annoying. Like,
Well, I decide, Amani. Okay, I'm the god. All right, no.
all right, alpha male.
Hey, man, I'm just doing my thing. That's all. Um, yeah, I'm not chasing those stickers on my forehead, man. Come on now. Um, yeah. God, I'm thinking of a Bill Burr joke right now. But anyway, we'll end it. We'll end it.
All right.
Um,
Well, because Bill Burr will definitely get us canceled right now. Not.
yeah. No, but anyway, people. Yeah, I don't know. Put in the comments if you like that freaking outro thing. I don't know, man. But you know, I just want to end this by saying bye. You know, watch the next one. That's it. You know, watch the next one. God damn it.
Yeah, you better. You better not.
Think I have a choice here? Anyway. Anyway, all right. Matthew's getting excited. He's getting a little too excited. We need to stop this. All right. All right, people. See ya.